Welcome everyone to Intros. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and be sure to click the bell icon to notify I upload a new video. You can follow us on Instagram. So guys, today we're back here at Universal Orlando Resort. Today is a great day for everything for Fast and Furious Construction and HHN, as we have lots to discuss, as we have already all our 5 originals announced. Plus we got an IP announcement, and actually today, just entering the park, we got our first show announcement. And of course, as you guys can see right now, the spike has finally been completed. It actually took a long time for them to complete it. They decided to keep on working with the rest of the track, and then about 2 weeks later, since their last track was installed for the spike, that's when they decided to I think it was 3 days ago when they decided to top off the spike. So yeah, it took some time for them to top it off. I don't know why. I don't know if they had other priorities or they just wanted to, keep us on the lookout for when it will be completed, but it looks amazing. I love how they did the curved spike up to the top. And yeah, they got the USA flag and then the Fast and Furious flag at the top. They added also these Fast and Furious artwork to the work walls here in City Walk. And then we also got, those supports were already installed, so we got an overbank kind of installed there. And then I believe all the track for the launch to the spike has been completed too. But yeah, right now we're gonna be able to see just the spike. Once we exit the park at the end of the video, I'll show you guys a better view from actually across the water over there, which we could get a better view, but you can kind of still see the overbank over the construction work walls. But yeah, most of all the LSMs and launch track for the spike has been installed, which is nice to see. And that they're moving fast. Like I said, I would definitely see this coaster track be completed by HHN. I feel like that's still their goal. So, but yeah, we still have some now for switching to HHN. We still got the 2 truss works installed for the archway. Now, thing I do notice, we'll show you guys that better once we exit, is that we do have lights installed for pointing towards the Universal Studios archway. So, HHN construction this year is going crazy fast. You guys will see once we get inside the park. And yeah, like I said, we got all 5 originals announced. We got another IP announced last week. And then today, which is a Wednesday, which is pretty weird because they usually do announcements on Thursday. On a Wednesday, today they announced our first original show. So we'll talk about that all and more. And of course, like I said, we'll talk about the originals and show you the merch for the IP announcement. But yeah, one last look into Fast and Furious before we enter, which looks amazing. Right here in the entrance of the park, we got 2 of the kind of archways for the truss archways for the entrance for Halloween Horror Nights. We do have the regular one here, which is usually for lighting, but then we got a smaller one, which is where we usually get our big one, back where the big one usually is. So I don't know if they're gonna add more to that or if they'll just keep it like that. Let's get in the park and we'll get a better view. But yeah, we got at least this one, which is, we should get lighting in this very soon, in the next few days. So after entering the park, the heat is crazy. That's something I'm gonna point out. We're mid-July, the heat is crazy. But keeping on with the HHN construction, we do have, like I said, the archway is pretty small this year. I don't know if we'll add more to that. Usually the archway is taller than the palm trees. It's almost half of the height. Now we do have the truss work, no lighting yet at all, but the truss work is nicely positioned, I would say. But yeah, it's pretty much in the same exact position as last year. Just like I said, much shorter than previous years. Now over here for the scare zone that we're gonna have here in the Hollywood area of the park, I don't remember if that truss work was that tall. I know there was a truss work there. I don't know, yeah. I don't know, I do know there was a truss work there. I mean, you guys can go back to the last HHN construction video and then compare it with this one. I'm not pretty sure. I know it was already there. I just don't know. I just don't remember if it was this tall. Probably was. But yeah, we do have the same as last time. We got some lights installed in these 2 T-shaped truss work, one in front of 5 and dime and then one across it. But yeah, no lighting on this truss work. I wonder if this will be just like something that will just make it like theme to like a set piece. No set pieces like we had last year so far over here. I feel like HHN construction this year is like so unpredictable and so different. But yeah, made it a 5 and dime. Obviously, you guys probably already saw it. The IP announcement that we got, I am so happy that it has finally kind of like been confirmed. It's Hellraiser. I'm super excited. The house is gonna be, some details about the house is that's gonna be based off the first 3 films. So Hellraiser first, the second one, I know it just have like a second like longer name, and then the third Hellraiser. Let's get in here and show you guys the merch, which we've got all the merch already in stock. We're gonna get the little carousel piece that I need. And yeah, here is the carousel piece for Hellraiser. See, there we go. So we got Pinhead with the Cleve Barker's Hellraiser at the bottom. And then the shirt, I love the shirt that they just brought up for Hellraiser. It's this nice classic HHN t-shirt with the like tarot card 2026 on the sides. You got Pinhead with the cube Hellraiser, and then in the back, I like that they finally put something in the back. Will tear your souls apart. So yeah, love the shirt. And then you've got these, I think these are premium chrome stickers, and it says I'm Hell, help me Hellraiser, and then you got the cube. So here's like a better look at the back for these. And yeah, they got plenty in stock for these, plenty in stock for the t-shirts, and plenty in stock for the puzzle pieces, same price. And yeah, if you're looking for the other pieces of the puzzle, they got Stranger Things merch. They still got the Stranger Things pieces, and they have also got the Jack and Oddfellow merch with the pieces and the carousel, and even Sinners merch still. And yeah, here is the artwork that they actually released for the announcement. I really do love the artwork. I hope that John Murdy, somebody asked John Murdy in Hollywood if they're gonna put these artworks and like, or we're gonna have more. Obviously, it's just like the early screening merch, so if we're gonna have more merch of each of the IPs, he definitely did say yes. So I hope that all these like artworks, we get them on actual like printed t-shirts, because so far the artworks for this are great. And yeah, we're gonna pay for that, and then we'll keep talking more on the outside about details. And yeah, like I said, if you're worried that you don't have your Jack and Oddfellow t-shirt or the puzzle piece or the carousel or even Sinners merch or Stranger Things, I feel like they might have restocked recently, because they still got all the Stranger Things in a lot of it. But yeah, like I said, here is so far how we got having the carousel. And one thing that has actually had me thinking is, at the beginning, we only have 5 of these question marks. We eventually kept filling them in, but now, last time that they announced Hellraiser, they added 5 more. And we're supposed to have 2 more IPs, so I don't know if it's going to be because we're gonna have more IPs this year, if they're gonna add, like, if we're gonna have other, like, icon characters in, then we're gonna have those in the carousel. If there's an extra IPs, extra originals, I have no idea, but it's, in Hollywood, they had like 7 question marks, because they usually do have like 1 or 2 extra IPs, but here in Orlando, we are not used to have like more than 5 IPs. We did have 6 originals in 2024, I think, yeah, 2024. We had 6 IPs instead of 5. But yeah, we'll just have to wait in that. I still have my doubts on that, because it's weird that they added more question marks. But yeah, anyways, we got another truss work here in front of Mel's, probably for the Mel. I hope that they're gonna bring back the Mel's Die in Zombies. I loved that last year, and I hope they kind of like maybe stretch it more towards like Transformers. That would be nice. Make it like a kind of more like a scare zone. And yeah, we also still got the mini archway here for the scare zone here in Central Park. Now we do have what? Oh, that's there. Okay, that's yes. We do have some lights installed in here. I know they had these 2 lights on the sides installed, but then we got all those 2 lights at the top installed. So I hope the rumors are wrong and we won't get a Nightmare scare zones in here. I feel like this scare zone deserves so much better than just a video game scare zone. And even if they were gonna do video game, why not choose like a better IP? They could choose like Resident Evil, choose Last of Us, choose a better like scarier, because for Nightmares, I feel like, I know it would be a really big crowd pleaser and a lot of people would come, but wow, did they just, those are lights? Yeah, they did wire all the trees in here in Central Park up to the top, like the tops of the trees. And all of the like cables for the lighting, not all of them, like usually on the right side, but are they connected? Are they? Yeah, I think so. And yeah, I do see like an electrical box back there that's covered. And then you got this weird truss work, and then that tree on this side is also, and there's an electrical box. And then you got more lighting installed in the top of this truss work. And then still here, no changes. We got the stage, this side of the extended scare zone, more lighting on that truss work, and then this truss work has more lighting installed. There's actually, if you guys can see, that lighting right there is pointing towards the stage here, so probably they're gonna do something. I feel like they're probably gonna do something similar here to like what they did with Cat Lady, like some type of like mini show that will happen a few times during the night. I don't know, but no set pieces yet in this area. We're probably now we're gonna go now and have a little ride on ET, and we'll continue with our HHN construction updates. And once we get to the actual back of the park, we'll talk about the four houses that we're gonna have in the back of the park, 2 originals and the 2 IPs, and then we'll talk about the show, and we'll keep talking about the other originals. And then if you're wondering on how crowds are doing now that 4th of July has passed, crowds are not the best crowds. It's not an empty park, but it's not as bad as it was on, oh wait, they go 25? So yeah, that's a bit, that right there is the best example of the crowds. Crowds are still kind of, yeah, it happened to us at Islands. 5 minutes at first and then just changed to like 80. Yeah, if you're wondering how crowds are doing, I mean, they're not the best crowds, they're not that bad. You will still encounter pretty much high crowds. We're in July, so it's very expected. But yeah, I feel like maybe by the end of July, if you're looking for like low crowds, by the end of July, I would say like best crowd levels will be, since we're having, by the end of July, we have like that transition between the summer crowds and then like HHN props start being installed, and then you get the actual kind of like HHN feeling with the booths starting to be installed and all that stuff. But yeah, now that we're walking towards Springfield, obviously we got the 2 house announcement original at the back. So first of the 2 we got Cybergoria. So Cybergoria is gonna be basically like a house themed to a company that basically like freezes people so that they like never age. And now they got like these bots that are taking over. So very futuristic, I feel like if you remember from Slaughter Cinema in 2024, we had that part of the house which was Zybergs. I feel like it's gonna be very similar to that, maybe different. I'm still very intrigued to see how the sets in that house are gonna be like. And then on the other tent, that's gonna be in Sprung Tent, I believe Sprung Tent number 2. Then in Sprung Tent number 1, we have, I think it's Alien Invasion. I'm gonna search up real quick. I want to actually read the descriptions. So let's go. Okay. So we got for Cybergoria, the description is going to be awakened thousands of years in the future. In this haunted house, a brave cold world driven by machines with a singular goal, to make you live forever, even if it kills you. So yeah, like I said, like never age. They'll turn I don't know if they're turning the people into the machines or they're like different like machines that are going after us. I feel like it's going to be very chaotic and very crazy house. And then for Sprung Tent number 1, we got Invasion Alien Abduction. So we got like another sci-fi house. And this one's gonna be make contact with horrors from worlds unknown in this haunted house, where a ship full of greys have torn apart a remote homestead in search of fresh test subjects. So pretty much very similar to like, I'm thinking like similar to like HHN and Chains, except HHN and Chains were demons. This one will be more alien-like. Even though we're not a fan of like sci-fi or like alien or futuristic, I'm still very intrigued in seeing how they do, because I know that like old original HHN, they used to do like a lot of sci-fi houses, and they really did really good ones. So hopefully they'll do that again. I know that like Michael Elio they have confirmed that you're gonna get that original HHN vibe. So I'm hoping that that's true and it's not like they're not lying. Let's go back here behind Simpsons to check on the construction for Frontic number 1 and 2, where we're gonna have the invasion, alien abduction, and then Cybergoria. I believe no facades yet, but we'll see how everything is doing. Surprisingly, this year, even though they've gone really big with construction for like scare zones and stuff, they haven't done anything surprisingly to the facades of these houses. Yeah, nothing in the back here. Nothing in the back. Same. No work happening. And the other sprung tent number 2, nothing. And then for the back, so sprung tent, let's zoom in. So for the sprung tent that you guys are gonna be seeing on the left, so the one with the crane, it's gonna be Sinners, and then this one's gonna be Hellraiser. So we're gonna have 2 big IPs in the back. I'm surprised to see how that will work, especially with those queues were not indoors. But I feel like it should work because it will move crowds and not all IPs will be in the same corner of the park. But yeah, so far for like facades, nothing yet in either of these 4 sprung tents. We'll see if they'll start by beginning of August with these facades. Okay, so the show announcement that we just got today is going to be for the Fear Factor stage, and I feel like this is gonna be a very controversial one. I love it personally. I love it. But let me search up real quick so I can tell you guys the full description. So we've got Nightmare Fuel, another version of Nightmare Fuel, Blood Noir. So it's going to be, it says on the description, it says, embark on a dark musical journey and resist temptation as death-defying stunts lure you into a deeper vampire-ridden metropolis. So I feel like I said, a lot of people are gonna hate it. I feel like I really do love it. I love all the Nightmare Fuels. I feel like Nightmare Fuel is still like something that's become kind of part of a tradition for HHN every single year. I'm happy that the Fuel Girls are gonna be back. This show, I mean, it's a capacity eater. Every single night, every single show, it's full, like at capacity. If you get a minute late, if you get right on time, you're not gonna get in. You gotta wait like 30 minutes before, so I really do get why they decided to bring it back. Like I said, personally, I'm really happy. I'm even more happy that they didn't decide to go again with another circus theme, because we had two circus themes back to back. We got a 2024 and then 2025, we got kind of the same theme with the circus theme. But I'm happy that we got a new theme, especially with the vampires. I feel like vampires are a very popular like horror topic, and I feel like it's just gonna fit the Fuel Girls perfect. And I can't wait to see what they got in store with the music, the playlist, all the stunts that they're gonna do, and just see what the storyline for this show is gonna be. So yeah, super excited. I kind of saw this coming, even though I really did kind of believe the speculation that something new was coming, like Jack the Clown, all that stuff. But I'm happy at the same time because it does prove and show that not always speculation is gonna be correct. Most of the time it is for like IPs, but not necessarily for originals. It's going to be correct predictions. So, but like I said, I kind of saw it coming because last time that we were here, I'm gonna again show this again to you guys. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there are these kind of like black, one here and then one here, like 2 black, like half circles, like truss work at the top of the, for lighting and stuff. And it gave me that really kind of like gothic. And I did see a few days ago, people were like, yeah, in the middle of the stage, like right at the bottom, it's really almost impossible to see, but like right there at the bottom, they're like this black also set pieces. So everybody was like saying like, oh, look, it's turning like a gothic stage. I do get now why they're going gothic stage. So yeah, super excited for that. I'm super happy that they announced it, and even happier that they announced it today, that we're actually inside the park. I didn't even think they were gonna do an announcement today, but I'm super happy, and like I said, can't wait to see what they have in store for us, and definitely will be a thing that I'm gonna check out either opening night or the night after that. So yeah, can't wait to see what this new chapter of Nightmare Fuel is gonna look like. And thing that was kind of giving me like the Nightmare Fuel vibes, or anyway, it could have been any show either ways. We had this trustworthy, like I just showed you guys right there for like the sign of the show. So that was pretty much giving Nightmare Fuel. But like I said, I'm super excited. See what they got. I was kind of sad that they wouldn't come back because, like I said, I feel like Nightmare Fuel has become this part, like a tradition for HHN, especially. Oh yeah, the spike looks amazing from here. But like especially since like the tradition of the like last show, seeing that last show at like 12:30 for Nightmare Fuel is just like a great tradition. But let's go now into Harry Potter. Oh yeah, we got another truss work here with some lights at the top, 6 lights. Probably for the boost that's gonna be probably back again there. And let's head into Diagon Alley. That way we can see the set pieces, because the first set pieces we got installed for HHN are gonna be the Death Eater set pieces. We got like a few of them already set up in Diagon Alley. Obviously nothing new, no new set pieces, just the same set pieces, but it's new because it just popped up like a few weeks ago. So let's see where they install these set pieces, which even though they haven't announced Death Eaters, it 100% confirms it. Yeah, so right over here, behind this like little fence, we've got the Death Eater props with the bottles, stage for them with the like the fog, and yeah. So yeah, Death Eater set pieces are installed around Diagon Alley. There's another like box next to like right over there. There's more set pieces. So yeah, but the biggest one that I can see is like right here. So yeah, we got the set pieces installed. Oh yeah, see, even more set pieces. But yeah, we got most of the set pieces, if not all, installed here. And yeah, there's wiring. You can see the wiring just going inside the building up there for this whatever. Usually this shoots out fog. So yeah, looks like Death Eaters will be returning again for this year's HHN. Okay, so now over here for what used to be Club Horror. It looks like it's gonna be Club Horror again, unless they're gonna do some type of different scare zone. I feel like I'm 90% sure they're gonna go back to Club Horror. But yeah, we got the platforms for the performers. So I think we got 4 this year instead of 3. So we got 1, 2, 3 back there. We got the big truss work. No lights yet, and then we got the stage for the DJ. So like I said, for sure it's Club Horror again. And yeah, I love this time of year because seeing the HHN construction it's like you notice like we're just right around the corner. But yeah, now over here for Fast and Furious Supercharged, we got the announcement for the original. So we're gonna have original. We had the rumor for Hellraiser. No, Hellraiser, they confirmed that it's gonna be in Sprungton number 3. So the announcement we've got here for Fast and Furious Supercharged, we're gonna have, I feel like this is like maybe my top most speculated, between that and Jack and Oddfellow. Original, we're gonna have HR Blood and Guts presents a Halloween Frightaculator. So the description for this one is going to be your favorite Madrid de Macabre returns to WKNB with a special Halloween scare-a-thon. Tune into this haunted house, compete with ghouls, gore, and all frights that keep you coming back for more. So I'm super happy that we got HR Blood and Guts. It was really highly rumored. I really want to see HR Blood and Guts. I was not here for the year that they did HR Blood and Guts, so I'm happy that I will be able to experience HR Blood and Guts. And with the details that they say, like they're gonna bring back HR Blood and Guts, but because he was in prison, they're gonna give him like a new look, make him like aged, and just like give him like a super new, different look. I'm really happy that we got HR Blood and Guts. Yeah, we're gonna now get a little view, see if there's, I don't think there will be any facade work here for HR Blood and Guts, but yeah, nothing yet for the facade. I do wonder what the facade will be for this one. I feel like maybe if we're going with the WKMB, if it's like, you know, Story for HR Blood and Guts with the radio station, all that stuff, if it's gonna be like that, I feel like we're probably gonna get a pretty low facade, because if they're gonna do like a TV station or radio station or whatever, it's not gonna be a tall facade like either Major Suites or Jason Universe like we had last year. But yeah, this house will, again, it's like very similar, well, I think exactly same pathway as Jason Universe. We're gonna enter through the indoor, and then when we come outdoors, instead of entering the tent from this side, we're gonna, same as Jason Universe, we're gonna enter it through that, and then we'll be coming out of this little doorway right there. So yeah, no, like I said, no facade work. I don't know if this house will have a tall facade work or short facade work. I feel like it's gonna be really short. But yeah, can't wait. No truss work yet for the entrance sign for this house. Obviously that usually comes later with the TVs and all that stuff. But we did see that pop up for other houses, so I wonder why they haven't put up this one yet. But let's go over now to New York, the New York area of the park, and talk about, we have still one more original to discuss. Obviously we already have the Jack and Oddfellow Chaos and Control, which was announced back in March. So the other original that we had announced was, yeah, we had all these back-to-back on say 1 week. We had Madlands Cage Cannibals, which this one's gonna be inside the sound stages back in the New York area. So this one says, in this haunted house, a defunct zoo is now the deadly domain of warring cannibal factions that have taken their animal instincts to extremes. They're territorial, they're hungry, and your lunch. Now, I did hear the Universal, like HHN creatives, I heard them talking about like this will be the goriest house we'll have this year. They didn't say, they said very similar gory to Terrifier, just without the smells. But this is gonna be pretty gory. I imagine it, especially with the, you know, the cannibal theme. But I'm excited for this one. We did have in the speculation map for like the whole year, we had the like zoo, some type of zoo gone wrong on the map. So I am really excited for that one. I thought we were gonna have like mutated animals, but I do like the cannibal theme at the same time. And yeah, we have some actual truss work in New York, like right here. And obviously the lights at the top, those are pretty much the same. And then a great news that I've heard, we actually got now the extended queue for Mummy. They moved it from the actual indoor building to the outdoor because they started working on the tribute store. And the tribute store, we finally have it. We're gonna have it this year, finally, in the location where we always love it, in the Mummy extended queue. So since they're working on the Mummy extended queue, they moved the extended queue to the outdoors. So I am really happy that they started work on the tribute store. I'm really excited to see what they're going to go with the theme for this year. And then we got this big stage, two kind of level stage here. I wonder what we're gonna have here. Doesn't look like the stage we had for vampire, the vampire scares that we had, which was like an actual stage. This one just looked like a kind of, in a way, improvised, smaller stage. But I'm really excited to see what this scare zone. In the map, we have like all clowns, clowns of HHN, I think is the scare zone that we have rumored here. So I'm really excited to see what. Let's see. Let's go through the back, see if there's anything wired. Let's see if there's anything wired in the back. So yeah, we do have wiring running from under the stage, and it goes all this way, and it gets connected for the booth, and then it gets connected. I think there's like the electrical box right in those bushes. So yeah, nice to have wiring connected here. And let's get a quick look at Fast and Furious from the inside of the park. So for Fast and Furious, we basically have the same thing, same track installed. They're starting to close that like opening. I don't know if they're gonna make track go through there. It doesn't look like it. But yeah, mostly the same, like I said. But I'm so happy that we're gonna have the tribute store entrance right in here after having it last year in the arcade, which for me was like a very bad decision. So yeah, if you're wondering what that tent that they put up in front of Mummy is for, they put that in there for the extended queue for Mummy, since they can't use the indoor one because they're using it for the tribute store location. So yeah, super happy about that decision for the tribute store this year. So for the booths that we usually have here, food booths, nothing yet, no truss work. Wait, did they took, where was that located? They had this truss work, like, kind of like little pocket in here, and it's not here anymore, unless it was over there. No. I mean, if you go into, I think it was HHN Speculation Matt, he posted on his Instagram that they did like a little pocket. No, it was like a little pocket. Oh, there it is. It's on the side. I was thinking about, but yeah, we got the archway still there, truss work archway for the entrance for the houses. We got a little truss work there and another one there. And then Fast and Furious track that's been installed there. This is what I was looking for. So right here next to Transformers, we've got this kind of like, I don't know what to call this, like really tiny HHN archway. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe this could be like a meet and greet for Jack and Oddfellow. That's what I'm thinking. Like if they could do like a meet and greet here, like close this off, make it like a temporary meet and greet. That could be nice. If they're doing the backlot tour, the backlot tour again, a backlot. Oh my God. But yeah, so I'm thinking maybe this could be backlot tour. That would be nice if they could do like backlot tour, and maybe like make the prize at the end be like me, Jack, and Oddfellow here. Unless another thing could be, which people are speculating that it could be extended scare zone. They could be extending the New York scare zone down all the way down here on this area. I do wonder if the Louis restaurant is gonna still, I mean, in the timeline, they did said yes. But I wonder if this work walls will be still here for Louis restaurant. I hope, hopefully not. Hopefully we'll have this open that way. People could have more flow getting out of the New York scare zone. But yeah, let's see. But yeah, let's keep, yeah. The rides today are really weird because we're trying to see if we can do any rides, but they say like not that bad wait times, but you can see like a lot of people entering into them, so I don't know if their wait times are true or are they just lying to us. We have no truss works here close to the lagoon or mills, at least on this side of the park. Yeah, we'll see what else we can find for you guys. So now over here, we actually have a lot of track installed that I was not expecting. So we got like pizza track at the top, and then we got an LSM launch right at the bottom. So maybe a big element we'll have over here at the top. But yeah, now let's head, I think we're gonna head out. The heat is crazy, so if you're planning on coming to any parks in the Orlando area, like Disney World or just Universal, SeaWorld, whatever, whichever park you're visiting, or you're just visiting, bring a lot of water. And then yeah, be prepared to get, at least if you're visiting in July, be prepared to have a lot of crowds since the crowd levels are just like really high. And like I said, bring lots and lots of water because this, more than that, like the humidity, like the sunlight these past weeks has been crazy. And yeah, if you do not hydrate properly, you're gonna have a very bad vacation memories that you will take home with you. So, and yeah, we do also have the two truss works here for the entrances for the houses through the like sound stages to the back. And yeah, the only thing we have left for HHN so far is we need scare zone announcements, which I suspect that they will happen in the next few days. I mean, not few days, but maybe by next week or the week after that, we'll start getting scare zone announcements. So the only thing that we need left, like I said, did they bring the vinyl? Is that the vinyl? Oh yes, look, they brought the vinyl. The Danny Elfman vinyl from Dark Universe. That's cool, this show. That's cool, I guess I didn't know they had this back here. They brought like Epic Universe merch. Here, and the Captain Coco. But as I was saying, I think that scare zone announcements will happen soon. So all that we need left is scare zone announcements. So we need that if we're gonna have the Lagoon show, then that Lagoon show announcement, and then we need two by what we are speculating, two more IP announcements, which should be Evil Dead Burn or just Evil Dead, and then Ozzy Osbourne. We may have more IPs since, from what I just saw over at the 5 and Dime store. But like I said, we'll have to wait and see. And if it's that, we are like I said, we have very little left. And I'm super, look at that overbank right there for, like, that element is just gonna look like perfect. That overbank and then that spike, I feel like this roller coaster will be at the top of many, like a lot of people's lists. I can't wait until like next year or once they start like testing, which I'm hoping that will be like by the end of this year, like Christmas time or New Year's next year. I am super excited to like see that test. But yeah, like I said, super excited to see that test and see that come together. We'll go now on the, yeah, look at that spike. How I love how it curves, and like those cars spinning at the top of that, just amazing. I feel like if it's anything like Time Traveler, it's gonna be amazing. And even with that layout, even if it's not like spinning or drifting, it's still gonna be a great coaster. Yeah, super excited to see it. Super excited to see that come together. And yeah, like I said, here are the truss works for the archway, which we do have a lot of lights installed. But yeah, we'll go now over there and we'll show you like on the other side of City Walk, and then we'll show you a better view at the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift construction update. Okay, so for the view for Fast and Furious from City Walk, it looks like their progress is just going great. No track at the bottom where we had some track. Looks like we're gonna have like that low turn to the ground. Let's zoom on in. There we go. So it looks like we're gonna have that low turn at the bottom. We're gonna have that amazing overbank. And then we have the great, beautiful spike. And it looks like in the back, they're actually installing more track. Yeah, they're actually installing more track. This coaster is gonna be very massive, and it's gonna change Universal's skyline for like, it's gonna be very impressive. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for today's visit to Universal Orlando Resort. Great to check out all the HHN merch and talk about Hellraiser, talk about all the 5 originals that we have. And now that we actually today had the Nightmare Fuel announcement, I am, like I said, super excited for that. Quick announcement, we're gonna be visiting back Dollywood. We're gonna be visiting again back Dollywood in the next few weeks for my birthday, my mom's birthday. So we're gonna be visiting Dollywood. We're also gonna be visiting, we're gonna do a quick stop in Nashville, and we're also gonna be visiting for our first ever time Carowinds. Unfortunately, Night Flight Expedition, it's not gonna be open by the time we're gonna be there since they had a little bit of a delay on that. But there, we're gonna go to Dollywood. We're planning on checking out their Neon Nights, which is their new nighttime event at Dollywood Splash County. We're planning on going to Dollywood, get on all those rides, have a fun time, and also visit Carowinds, which I can't wait to ride Fury 325 for my first ever time. And yeah, I'll try to bring you guys on my POVs for that. Dollywood, I won't be able to record, but we'll see if Carowinds will let me bring my GoPro on the rides. But yeah, guys, can't wait for that trip and more, so stay tuned for all of that. Like I said, HHN is just around the corner, so we're probably not going to visit it. There's not going to be probably any Universal vlogs in the next like week or so, since we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be at Dollywood and Carowinds, so there will be vlogs from there. But once we're back, hopefully we'll have actual set pieces in the park, and we'll give you guys a very big HHN construction update once we're back. And also Fast and Furious Drift will probably be almost completed by the time we're back, since by like the speed that they're going, it looks great. But yeah guys, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to click that bell icon to notify upload a new video. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. And remember guys, if you can imagine it, you can do it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.